Most people assume that having a high IQ acts like a cheat code for life. The reality is that the exact cognitive machinery that makes someone brilliant often generates a quiet, continuous psychological friction. When you look closely at the cognitive neuroscience, people with higher intellectual capacity tend to have heavily active default mode networks. This is the brain system responsible for self-reflection and mental simulation. While an average brain dims this network during downtime, a highly intelligent brain stays switched on, involuntarily replaying 3-day-old conversations or running complex simulations at 2 in the morning. This constant processing requires immense processing fuel. Highly intelligent people possess a higher dopamine sensitivity threshold, meaning they need significantly more cognitive stimulation to feel engaged. Put this kind of mind into a highly repetitive corporate job, and it doesn't just experience boredom. The lack of adequate challenge becomes physically and neurologically draining. Even simple choices become exhausting. Because a highly active mind instantly generates dozens of variables, potential outcomes, and hidden risks for any given scenario, it easily falls into analysis paralysis. The ability to see every angle makes committing to a single path feel agonizing. The result is a strange paradox. Many of these individuals navigate their careers with apparent ease and outward success, but privately they are managing chronic exhaustion and a lingering existential restlessness. The chronic exhaustion common in high IQ individuals often stems from a specific conflict between their internal biology and their daily surroundings. Modern work culture demands fragmented attention. It's defined by constant digital interruptions, rapid context switching between browser tabs, and superficial milestones that reward immediate email replies over meaningful output. A high-capacity brain placed in this ecosystem starves. Biologically, it requires long, unbroken stretches of intense problem-solving to reach an energized state. It needs depth, and society is feeding it distraction. This creates what researchers call an environmental mismatch. The burnout and isolation that follow are the natural symptoms of a deep mind trapped in a world that actively suppresses its strengths. This mismatch extends far beyond the workplace. Advanced pattern recognition is a tremendous cognitive asset, but it forces the brain to instantly identify logical inconsistencies, hypocrisies, and systemic flaws that pass right by everyone else. You cannot unsee these patterns, and trying to discuss them creates a severe communication gap. When your mind naturally gravitates toward complex systems or the root causes of human behavior, participating in standard small talk feels almost painful. This creates a profound, quiet loneliness. It is entirely possible to be highly socially competent, to make people laugh and hold a room, while still feeling completely disconnected from the peers standing right next to you. Throughout history, brilliant minds recognized this exact friction and deliberately fled societal noise to do their best work. When the psychiatrist Carl Jung needed to expand his field, he didn't stay in the busy coffee houses of Zurich. He retreated to a stone tower he built in the woods, constructing an isolated environment where he could think without interruption. To thrive, an intelligent person has to stop trying to force their high-capacity brain into shallow societal molds. They must actively engineer a reality that supports their wiring. The systemic intervention for an overactive mind is a practice known as deep work. Deep work is professional activity performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that pushes your cognitive capabilities to their absolute limit. Our brains are extraordinarily sensitive to environmental cues. Research shows that even a silent, face-down smartphone on your desk measurably reduces available cognitive capacity, as a portion of your memory is permanently allocated to resisting the urge to check it. This makes environment design the highest leverage intervention available for protecting your focus. Beyond physical space, establishing explicit temporal and social cues helps transition the brain safely into a focused state, stripping away friction. This document outlines the explicit rules for a deep work session. By externalizing your rules into a written protocol, defining what counts as work and what tools are permitted, you prevent your brain from slipping back into analysis paralysis. For high IQ individuals, structured sessions provide profound neurological relief from a world of constant fragmentation. That same structured approach must be applied to social isolation. The mass-scale networks designed over the last 2 decades offer an illusion of connectivity, But these shallow interactions completely fail to cure the quiet loneliness of a complex mind. The solution is to embrace the community pillar of the Deep Life framework. This demands ruthlessly filtering out low-impact interactions and background digital noise. You take the energy reclaimed from those superficial channels and invest it heavily into a highly curated group of relationships. You seek out peers who actually enjoy debating complexities and dissecting ideas. True connection for an intelligent brain requires shared intellectual passion and rigorous engagement. It simply cannot survive on digital proximity. Finally, there is the existential search for purpose. When conventional markers of success feel hollow, meaning has to be extracted from the approach to your work rather than the job title itself. This naturally brings in the pillars of craft and contemplation. Psychological research consistently shows that human beings are at their absolute best when they are voluntarily immersed in something incredibly difficult. Cultivating a specific craft with rapt attention hijacks your brain's massive processing power. When every neuron is firing to solve a complex problem, there is simply no residual energy left over to fuel existential dread or destructive overthinking. The physicist Richard Feynman famously refused administrative duties so he could dedicate all his bandwidth to real physics work. He prioritized uncompromising depth over the shallowness of emails and committees, leading to massive breakthroughs and immense personal satisfaction. High intelligence demands a rejection of the shallow world. By deliberately building a deep life, anchored in intense focus, rigorous community, and a curated environment, you can transform a restless mind from a source of quiet suffering into an engine of fulfillment.